Today, I am going to focus on the event-driven architecture and the value of decoupled services in creating a scalable, resilient, extensible, and secure, seamless solution for you and your agents. Go to Creator Studio, and I'll open up my profile. And this is about as simple a profile as you can possibly have in DaVinci. It starts off with the DaVinci agent configuration, which controls the size of the toolbar and is also responsible for the management of global presence. The call simulator, which is acting as my phone system here, and global presence control, which manages and coordinates availability or work mode across channels. As I log in, what's going to happen is the DaVinci profile is going to download all of those components into my browser session, and the agent configuration tool, I have my global presence. And what happened was, as soon as the simulator loaded, it set itself up and set itself to not ready. And then it set a message on the framework that the global presence picked up and said, oh, I'm not ready. So independently, these two pieces can communicate by sending messages about their state, and each app, each component will pick up that message that it is interested in and act only on its capabilities for that message. So global presence is only interested in state messages. It got a not ready message, and so it's displayed not ready state. Now, another thing is we have live presence. Live presence is part of this toolbar. And live presence has picked up the fact that Sally Newman is also logged in as a Salesforce user. And so you can see that message coming in on global presence, on live presence from the agent configuration tool. Now, when I set myself ready, that sends a message out on the toolbar that says it's ready. That tells the simulator sees it. It goes ready. It generates a phone call, which I see here. Now, the simulator is displaying all of the phone information. All that information is private. It sent an interaction message that said, oh, here's an interaction. I'm on an interaction, and here's some of the information that I'm responsible for. And so Global Presence was the only interested app. It picked that up, and it shows that I'm on an interaction. When the call ends, Global Presence, the simulator sends a message to the interaction that says the interaction is over and that the new work state is ACW, and Global Presence reflects that. Now, when I go to Global Presence to say I want to log out, Global Presence sends that message on the toolbar, and it is picked up by the simulator, and it logs me out. Here's a representation of that configuration. Everything starts in the cloud as a bunch of independent apps that get downloaded into an agent toolbar. And we can see that the agent config, the global presence, and the DaVinci simulator are all independent, but downloaded and embed and in the toolbar. Now, how does this account for scalability? This is running individually on each agent's desktop. There are no back-end services in the cloud. And so you can scale this to 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 users, each independently running this toolbar on their desktop, each maintaining their private connection, exposing nothing to the internet, exposing the information to each other that each app controls and each app is responsible for. So that's why we have security and we have scalability. How can I extend this solution? So I have Salesforce, but I'm in a not ready state, and that's based on the fact that when I logged in, I logged into the DaVinci Premise Gateway. The DaVinci Premise Gateway logged me into the simulator on behalf that looks like Avaya. That simulator returns a message that says, oh, now that I'm logged in, you're logged in and not ready. That message was sent to the phone channel, DPG, and shows up as a not ready message here in Global Presence. When I go into Global Presence, it sends a message to the toolbar that says to any interested channel, hey, go ready. It receives a phone call, and in the blink of an eye, all those messages come back and forth. The phone call came in, we'll answer it. So the phone call has its private information, the Annie and the DNIS, but it sent that interaction packet. And when it sent the interaction packet, with the Annie and the DNIS. That was picked up by Global Presence to say we're on an interaction, but it was also picked up by the Salesforce component, which did a screen pop to Andy Young. I should screen pop it because that was a multi-match, you see, and you have to click on multi-matches to execute a screen pop. And as you can see now, I have a screen pop. I've received information back from Salesforce that says, oh, yes, Andy Young is the activity information. I can add my note and everything like that. Now, all of that information, the notes, the caller information, the activity information, all of that is private to Salesforce. The phone channel's not aware of it. Global Presence is not aware of it. But when I end this interaction, when I end the call, the phone system sends that message that says, hey, the call is ended. That causes the activity to get saved. That causes the Global Presence to be aware of ACW because it sent that interaction message, one interaction message that said, call's ended. That message goes to Salesforce, which saves its activity based on that message, and to the ACW. And if I quickly finish this before everything ends, I'm now done with the call. And as you can see, I've created that activity in Salesforce that brings all that information that Salesforce was monitoring through the interaction package. So that's how we can create these complex, robust, sophisticated solutions that are secure on this DaVinci platform that is both robust, resilient, and extensible. CRM app is independent, maintains a connection to Salesforce in this case. Global Presence is independent. Channel is independent, maintaining the connections to the DPG and the DPS. And then they're sending messages back and forth. Nothing gets exposed to the internet. It's all scalable because each agent is maintaining their own connection. That means it's all within their browser session. It's all within their user experience. And if something goes wrong in that browser, if something goes wrong on one agent's desktop, it will have absolutely no effect, no cascading effect on all the other agents in your contact center, creating a much more resilient and robust and secure solution. And just one last comment, we can even have other channels added. So here we can introduce SMS, chat, and email, and that can all participate in the global messaging. So if I get an SMS, I might say, oh, I have an interaction on SMS. That will go to send a Global Presence will say, hey, we're all on an interaction. DPG will see that and go like, well, I still want to be available for phone calls, maybe. So I'll still take a phone call. A phone call comes in, and then we'll lock out the interaction. Similarly, we don't just have to have a cloud channel or a premise channel. It turns out that CRM applications have channel capabilities as well. That's called omni-channel. So this is an example of an omni-channel control, and this is going to respond to different things, different information coming both from Salesforce and global presence messages coming for agent state and sending similar messages and packets along as you would expect. So that is how DaVinci builds this incredible seamless solution from simple components. And that's how you can build by block, app by app, your solution as well.